I'm Billy Chen from Malaysia. I'm working in this company. It's called PHHP. It's a health product company. So actually in this company, we do manufacture our own products. And I did my college in Curtin College in Bentley campus in Perth. So I was majoring in commerce. Then I continued with my marketing degree in Curtin University. During my high school, my ambition is to be an entrepreneur. It's because in my childhood, I was always trying to create something new with my own ideas. Because then I was thinking that in the futures, entrepreneur might be one of the things I have to do. My first friend in Curtin College was such a coincidence, because we actually from the same countries and also from the same hometown. Although English is not our first language, it's a barrier for us to communicate, but it takes us some time to accommodate with the local style. Then it's okay for us to make some new friends after some time. I think studying in Malaysia that is not that flexible rather than studying in Australia. And the other major difference is that the people around, the atmosphere that you can feel, the people are different. Australians, they tend to be more friendly, open-minded, so we can hang out with them and talk a lot of different things. So my favorite thing in Perth is gonna be the weather, because I love the cold and not so humid weather compared to Malaysia. I like to explore, I like to adventure, So when I first arrived in Perth, I didn't used to have a car or my own transport. I go around with my bicycles. So I always cycle around, to different points. Then last time wasn't any GPS or anything like that, so I go around with my map, going around. But most of the time I go to the wrong place. So when I go to the wrong place, I talk to the local people. They will consult me to the right directions. So I think it's quite helpful. We used to travel from Johor to Perth through Singapore. So in the past, we don't have any budget airline, so we took Singapore Airline. That was around $1,000 ish. But now that we have this budget airline, we can actually take this Scoot or AirAsia or Jetstar. That is much cheaper. So nearby the campus, it's quite easy to find cheap foods like chicken rice. You can find actually it's right next to our Bentley campus. What is it called? It's called a Karawara. In every single suburb, we have these different grocery stores. What's it called? It's called IGA, and different malls. We have these different Woolies, right? Woolies, Coles. So you can get your fresh fruits from them. And also, if you're cooking some Chinese food, Malaysian foods, you can find this Chinese grocery store. They call the Oriental shops, right? I used to stay in Caddingville, so I used to go to this shopping mall. It's called the Carousel in Caddington. It's just right beside our suburbs. And Caddington is also right beside Bentley, where the Curtin campus are. Yeah, so it's quite convenient. Perth crime rate is still lower than most of the Asia places. So especially compared to Johor, So the crime rate is much better in Perth, and in the campus as well. For example, last time we used to study in campus for our projects, during midnight. That we have to be in a lab, walk to our cars as well. And now in Curtin campus, we have this security that actually they escort the students to their cars, to pick their cars up. So make sure that everyone is safe. I went back to Perth 2 years ago to visit my family, my sister. So the first thing is that, it's a bit different. There's traffic jam, Actually, yeah, the way to city, 10 years ago, I think 8 years ago, there wasn't any traffic at all. Now, there's more and more congestions, and that means the population is going up, so it's much more happening. Yeah. And we went to all these winery places, Margaret Rivers, Swan Valley. In the past 8 or 10 years ago, it was so quiet that no people in the wineries were. But now you have to actually pre-book for your wine tasting. If not, then you can't make it. Yeah.